Muramasa, the Demon Blade, is the newest title from the developers who brought you Odin Sphere, and it shows. Beautiful art? Check. 2D side-scrolling? Check. Simple yet varied combat system? Double check. But Vanillaware's foray onto the Wii is not without its pitfalls. You're given a choice between Kitsuke and Momohime, two badass sword slingers with severe ninja and demon problems. They slice and dice through a huge interconnected map of mythical Japan, using controls similar to what you'd find in a fighting game. Best of all, there's no motion control in Muramasa whatsoever. You can even use the classic controller or GameCube controller if you want a little extra precision. Problem is, the characters don't change over the course of the game. 5 minutes of play and you've seen everything the combat system has to offer. But if you're into honing skills rather than purchasing them, Muramasa has a surprising amount of depth for a 2-button fighting scheme. Hard mode in particular requires using all your abilities wisely, although many will find it unreasonably difficult. At the same time, easy mode is far too easy. This game is either a cakewalk or a battle for survival, with no happy medium to be found. The highlights of the game are the boss battles. Each character has a unique set of big baddies to put down, and each battle is a feast of retro hack-and-slash glory. If your skills aren't up to par, these guys will crush you and laugh while doing it. The problems come when the boss battles are done. Most of the time, you have to backtrack through the dozen or more screens you've already cleared getting to said boss, which means lots of time spent sprinting across the countryside like some kind of heavily armed Forrest Gump. Sometimes you'll get a random battle against ninjas thrown at you or something, but Muramasa probably would have been better off going with a standard level system rather than the sprawling map. Muramasa is a fine game overall, but if you don't think pretty graphics are enough to justify backtracking through half the game's real estate, be warned. A 3 out of 5.
Now, I know what all of you are thinking. How does Muramasa get a 3 and you guys gave it best Wii game at E3? Well, you know, I'm actually not going to jump on this grenade. Adam?
Okay, so, as you know, when we see games at E3, it's just a little segment of game. And that little segment of Muramasa was like, cool, this is an old school hack and slash.
Right. Now, and people should definitely remember that. I mean, you even see, like, on game boxes sometimes, it's like, voted best of E3 by such and such. It's like, you know what, they just sort of said what was getting the most press, what people were looking at, what looked most exciting and most different.
At that moment, in that small look.
Once the game comes out, then maybe they'll be like, oh, God, you know, that thing was really a piece of crap.
Well, the thing is, we still stand by the fact that that was a great, section of the gameplay they had. What we did not realize is that was indicative of everything you're going to have in the game. As you pointed out in the review, the lack of a real sense of progression of the character as you got in like another old school type game, which is Shadow Complex, where you got new weapons and new skills. This, even though you have new swords, it doesn't change much, and it's that same thing over and over.
I think it also speaks a little bit to the nature of the competition for best for the Wii.
Maybe it does.
Yeah.